Hey you guys, all right, so this video kind of has been like a tough one to get through today. So I knew today that I wouldn't have a lot of time to film, so here I am filming this video for the second time. So just to know, it's a long story, okay. So I decided this morning I was gonna get ready, do my makeup with you guys, hence like the kind of damp hair. I really like the way my makeup came out, which usually doesn't happen when I do like a get ready with me while I talk about another topic, because while I'm talking about the other topic, I'm not focusing on what I'm doing with my makeup. I'm applying too much, too little. One side's different than the other. Or, you know, the topic that I'm talking about gets or usually it's the opposite. What I'm talking about is actually all I'm focused on, and the makeup is just like, oh. Today, I like the way my makeup came out, and I used some really good things that I want to talk about in an upcoming video, which I guess I'll talk about in the next one. But it was quite a serious topic, or not a serious topic, but I think an important one that, looking back after I filmed it, I just knew. I was like, I didn't touch on some of the things, and I didn't maybe say all the things that I wanted to say. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to, you know, because I do think it is important when you're talking about food, when you're talking about dieting, when you're talking, which I hate that. Dieting is like not what we're doing here. It's not the vibe. But I feel like it just deserved better. Okay, so it's a little more scatterbrained than usual when you're focusing on makeup and something else. So I just thought, whatever, we'll just do this today. So, a couple years ago, I started to kind of change how I was eating, and not in a drastic way, but it did drastic things to my body. It really got me over a hump, over a plateau, if you want to track numbers. It got me feeling better. It helped with my stomach bloat. To this day, if I eat certain things, I just bloat. I bloat easily. And I was just always kind of used to that over the years of like, okay, you know, I'm fairly, you know, I'm a good size. And again, we'll get into all that weight and what's thin versus what normal, all that bullshit. But for me, you know, it was never so much like, oh, I want to be skinny. I was always the opposite. I grew up very skinny, had very curvy friends. That was not the vibe. I was always trying to gain weight, trying to, you know, and to me, this skinny look still, I look back at photos of when I was super skinny when we first got married, or my face looked a little, and it just is like, oh, you know, or I think, wow, like I just feel like I look unhappy, or I think back and maybe that was a stressful time, but I like to have some curves. I like to have some softness. I'm still, but that doesn't mean like you weigh more, that you're overweight. It just, you can really adjust your body in a way where you're healthier. You look healthier. It shows on your skin. It shows, you know, if your goal is to lose weight or to be skinny or to have a flat stomach or whatever, you don't have to have like a sunken face. You don't have to lose your butt. You don't have to lose your curves. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that to me is healthy. That to me feels good. That to me is what's kind of always been my goal. And I've done that over the last couple years while feeling healthier, while being healthier actually, while and actually getting over that little hump of the plateau that was still left over from my 60 pounds that I gained from pregnancy. My daughter's 7 years old. And you know, I do want to kind of go through this quickly, just to kind of preface this whole thing so that you guys understand. And understand that this is an update, because I did do one of these videos. I think it was the video that I was making that smoothie with you guys. I was showing you my morning smoothie and all that. And so I did that, was it 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever. I just wanted to update you guys and let you know that it's easy and it's still going and it's better. And to make you feel good about this, almost when I did that kitchen video, like I want to make you feel good about your kitchen. This isn't unrealistic. I want you to feel good about what you got. I want you to feel good about yourself and not to feel so overwhelmed by this, you know, by dieting or all of these things that you might see on social media. Keto, are you in ketosis? What's your numbers of this? What should this? What's that? No, okay, we don't do that here. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what I do and what's helped me. And maybe before you do something so extreme or a crash thing or whatever, if you're just wanting to get a little healthier, maybe you could take some of my mindset, some of my, you know, feelings on this. had my daughter 7 years ago. I was always like a size 2, you know, coming up, I was like stick thin. I was tiny when I was, you know, size 0, a 2, whatever. And then before I had Olivia, I was like a 2 or a 4. Had Olivia. And, you know, when you have a baby, your body changes. That's normal. I feel like now my body is better than it was before I had her. For a variety of reasons. I'm more comfortable with myself. I've told you guys, you know, I've done different things, but the main thing that I'm talking about, I could be sitting here with, you know, we did a breast implant video with nothing, okay? I could be sitting here with, not nothing, but what I had before, and still be saying the same thing. It has nothing to do with boobs, it has nothing to do with anything. It has to do with the fact that I feel healthier from the inside. I don't have bloat anymore. I could be 10 pounds heavier and still not have, and still have a fairly flat stomach. And that's the vibe. I don't want to be so scared. I just have always, even when I was tiny, had a pooch or had like a, you know, a bloated stomach, and it wasn't even like necessarily belly fat, it was bloat. And I didn't even realize that some of the things that I was eating was disagreeing with me. And I think that when we look at that and you think, oh my gosh, no, I need to lose weight, I need to do X, Y, and Z, it may not be so much of that. It may be, you know, you need to see what you're sensitive to. That's a whole other thing. Some things you do need to quit cold turkey. Some things, you know, you may need to have a more drastic diet or whatever. Everyone is different. And I guess that's my point here, is just kind of doing what works for you. But I want to share maybe something that you could tiptoe into that could still maintain a healthy, well-rounded, getting all the everything from every group, which, you know, whatever. You don't want to cut out too much right away. It's like when you change your skincare, right? You don't want to just throw it all away and start something new. You want to gradually get rid of different things, gradually work in different things so you can pinpoint what works and what doesn't, okay? Or what's messing up your skin or what might be helping your skin if you get rid of it. So what I started doing, I just kind of went to a more like low carb. So had Olivia, gained 60 pounds. I carried that weight really well. I have a larger frame, about 5'7", although the other day, I've always said I'm 5'6", 5'7". I was told I was 5'8", which I don't really know. I'm like, am I getting taller? And I'll tell you what it is. After I got, and I do have a whole video about, like I did a breast implant video a couple weeks ago, and I'm telling you it's the best, I'm just gonna say it, I think it's the best boob video you'll ever see. It's real, it answers all the questions, but my posture got better. I started standing up straighter, and I think that has to do with, okay, whatever. But I didn't mention that in the video, so maybe that's why I got taller. I'll get like taller. Instead of like shrinking as I get older, I'll get taller. I'll be 38 this year. So at this age, I feel good that I feel better than I did even when I was 21, when I was 25, when I was 18. I feel so good. I feel like I look better than I did. I feel healthier. But okay, gained weight with my pregnancy. Your body's going to change, you know, with a baby. Women are going to change as they have, you know, babies. And the goal isn't like, I got to be exactly what I looked like before. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is after I had her, I still had like 40 pounds, but I looked okay. You know, I thought, well, you know, what is this? And I knew, you know, my midsection was different, as it is when you have a baby, but that happens even if you gain no weight, okay? So it's not even like a weight, it's just, you know, that's gonna go down on its own. But I had a lot of weight, like, maybe that was just well dispersed. That wasn't even like I could pinpoint like what needs to happen. I just, you know, started walking a lot. I can't tell you how many miles I put on Olivia's stroller with her, but I kept, you know, eating the same as I would normally do before I had Olivia. But when you're pregnant, you're eating different things for your baby, you know, and so after the baby comes, like if you're breastfeeding, that's different, whatever, you know, that's a whole other thing. But, you know, I kind of went back to like, okay, I'm not going to do some crash diet. I'm just going to like eat as I did before, and gradually it's going to come off. And it did, and it does. And you have to give yourself grace, and you have to know that it will happen gradually, and that there's some women that have a fast snapback, well, probably because they gained 5 pounds with their pregnancy. Okay, like it's just not realistic for everybody. So yeah, some people have to work a little harder. But yeah, but I also really tried to stay like very realistic about it. You get to a point where there's that extra weight that's like 15 pounds, 20 pounds, or you just are like, I would like to get within this like number, you know, within this 10-pound range. I just want to see the second number look, you know, and I couldn't get there. And I thought, you know, I'm eating the same, I'm not eating crazy, but like, you know, I want to not even fit back into my original pants, because that's not always the vibe. Your body's gonna change. But my body was, I could tell, I knew I wanted to get it back a little, you know? And I wasn't comfortable with it. And you know, I looked fine and everything, but I thought, you know, I could do this for myself. I didn't feel good. I just kind of started, you know, taking better care of myself as far as like taking supplements. I mean, taking a multivitamin's great. I take the Ritual ones every morning. Pre-probiotic, I think, changed my life. It's one pill that I take. It doesn't hurt my stomach. I can take it with no food in the morning, with my water. Every night I go to bed with like one of those big water bottles. I drink about half of it like as I'm watching TV or whatever. I love to drink a lot of water before bed. Now, I'm a Diet Coke drinker. Diet Pepsi. There's very big rules, okay? And I'm from the South. People are like, whoa, you don't drink Diet Coke? Yes, I do if it's fountain, okay? We're not rookies here. We don't drink Diet Coke out of a can or a bottle. You have to drink Diet Pepsi for those, okay, when you're at home. If you're out and about, I'd fountain Diet Coke all the way. Fountain Diet Pepsi's still better, but still, that's the only way to drink a Diet Coke. Or from a glass bottle, but it's just, that's a whole thing. But yeah, I drink a lot of water. In the morning, I still have that half of water. I drink that with my supplements, wash my face, take a shower, do whatever. And then I do my smoothie a little further into lunchtime. Now, I want to get specifics about what I eat, what I order from certain restaurants, how I'm doing this, because I think in my last one when I talked about this, and I do have a video where I'm making my smoothie with you in the morning, so I'm not even going to show that. I've been drinking this smoothie probably every day for 2 years, and I love it. Like, I'm so hooked on it. But I have to tell you, it can get a little daunting, like when you're out and about. Well, what do I order here? What do I order there? You hear all these people talking about these, you know, oh, I eat this, I eat that, I order this food that comes to my house. I'm thinking, first of all, I spend money on like a food delivery service for the rest of my life. That's gonna eventually crack and break, okay? And then I'm just gonna, you'll go back to where you were before. And I'm not saying when you go back, I'm not even saying gaining weight. I'm just saying if you were buying that or you were on that food plan for a reason, whether it's a dietary thing, you know, an internal health type of thing, lowering certain numbers, lowering your weight, if you stop that, it's going to go right back. So you have to be realistic, okay? I really always have thought, like, if I'm going to really change something, I want it to be something that I can do all the time. And that do you know what I'm saying? That I can always get my hands on, that's not so easy to quit. And so, of course, you know, after I had Olivia, a lot of exercise, a lot of walking. Can't tell how many miles I put on her stroller and everything. But again, like I said, you hit that plateau. I just started taking better care of myself as far as the multivitamins. As soon as I started taking the pre-probiotics, my stomach got flatter, the bloat went down. But I did have like superficial, you know, I mean, you might have like a little bit, whatever, everybody has that. But it wasn't bad or anything. It was just like typical. Like, and I told you I did cool sculpting, and that's great. That doesn't actually help you with like weight or anything. But like when you look at before and afters, you can tell a difference. But that's not what we're talking about here. That has nothing to do with this video. Pre-probiotics, miracle worker for bloating. Okay, and I'll link to the ones that I use, but I mean, any of them if you want to try something. But I am very sensitive to supplements, especially to collagen supplements, which the collagen supplement I've been taking for a couple of years is wonderful. It doesn't break me out. Every morning I do the smoothie. I do half, I fill up like that much in the cup with shaved ice from my fridge, a full banana, and I do a scoop of my collagen powder, a scoop of my greens, which is like a lot of different like vitamins and stuff, which if you are going to go to like a diet that is mostly meat, that might be a good thing to do, because I have heard of people that just don't even eat vegetables or whatever, which I can't relate. Like I'm eating all the things, and we'll talk about it. But that I think is good, because I think you do need some of those things. Of course, you know, you can get vitamins from one thing or another, all one, you know, whatever. But why not? Okay, whatever. And then sometimes I'll put the energy in, sometimes I won't. I drink that every day, and I wait a while to drink that. I drink it maybe anywhere between like 9:30 and 11. Sometimes I drink it very close to lunch, and then by the time lunch rolls around, oh, and I put a half a scoop of protein powder in. Now I do not use the protein powder by Monate, which is what I use for the collagen and for the, I'm not trying to sell, that's not what this video is about. Buy it from whatever, buy it directly from the website. I don't care. I'm just saying it's good stuff. And that's all that I will use. I don't use the hair care products anymore, but because I love the Colleen Rothschild, but I love their wellness products. They're so great. But the protein by Monate really sucks. Don't buy that. Just full disclosure, it sucks. It's terrible. It's the worst protein I've ever used. But you just got to get like protein powder from like Publix. I get the one that's like I think it's like Green Wise or something. It's so good. Best vanilla protein powder ever. So I have that, and then by the time lunch rolls around, I'm not like craving so much garbage. I want a big salad. I want something healthy. I want like a bunless burger. I want some meat. I want some veggies. Now, veggies I think are very deceptive. I think when people hear that, they think, oh, I'll have a big plate of veggies. I'll go to my fridge and fill up a big plate of, you know, peppers and broccoli and carrots and all these things. And yes, it's so low calorie, it doesn't matter. We're not counting calories here. We're talking like what the food actually is doing to you. Now, those foods are very heavy, like those raw veggies. It's great to snack on those, but if you're gonna like say, okay, I'm filling up a party platter for dinner, that's not always the best way to go. I like soft veggies. I like salads. I will load up a salad. I love salad. Put some, you know, hard-boiled eggs, or I'll link to my egg cooker that I absolutely love. I always have hard-boiled eggs in the fridge, some turkey on the side, whatever, you know, you guys know. Put some ranch dressing on there. We're not counting calories. Cheese, all the cheese. I have so much cheese. I love to snack on cheese. Now, my main thing that I do when, you know, a couple years ago, I thought I do need to change maybe how I'm eating. Now I have a child, you know, we're out and about, we're on the go a lot. We eat dinner at home every night, but we pick up food during the day. We might pick up food at night, and it's reality that we all eat out. You know, I can't imagine never eating out. And I think you have to kind of know what to order, and not only, which we'll get into, and I'll talk about specific restaurants in my orders, but not only that, but like when I thought about that years ago, I thought, you know, I'm eating from a lot of drive-thrus. Good and bad. That's not always bad, okay? I'm eating from a lot of restaurants. I need to make better choices. And I started the no unnecessary bread. Now, we've talked about this before. I'm talking those, think of a hot dog bun, think of a hamburger bun, think of the buns they use at ChickfilA, at McDonald's, those white processed buns. Now, I eat some processed, I'm not like bashing food. I'm just saying that's not the vibe. And when I cut those out, and it wasn't like, wow, you must have been eating a lot of sandwiches. No, but you guys don't even realize breakfast sandwiches. Are you eating bagels in the morning? Are you making avocado toast thinking that's super healthy? Like, sure, you might think the food is healthy and it's good, but what is the bread doing to you every day? Now, bread is not the devil. I will eat it. If we go to Red Lobster and they put those cheddar bay biscuits on the table, I'm gonna eat 1 or 2 or 3 of the whole basket. But you know what? I'm going to Red Lobster maybe once every several months, okay? And it does nothing to me. It's fine. Now, if I was doing that every week, or that was like our weekly spot, and I was like downing a basket of biscuits every time, well then yeah, that's common sense, okay? You're gonna see some results, or you're gonna see some, you're gonna see something from that, okay? But the bread really bloats me. Now, the bread also does things to your, for me personally, to your blood sugar. It makes me crave more sweets, makes me crave more bread. It is science. It's a thing. And so just cutting those things out, when you go through a drive-through saying, I'm gonna get some chicken nuggets. Do you think chicken nuggets sound like the most healthy thing in the world? No, I could eat chicken nuggets all the time and have a flat stomach and look fine. And I'm not saying like, ooh, great. You can't, oh God, I don't want to say you can too. I'm saying everybody's different, but I'm just saying experiment by cutting out some bread. I'm not saying going into keto. We don't do that here. I'm not saying, you know, cutting out all bread. I'm not saying cutting out all of anything, because you will eventually break that, whether you stick with it 1 month, 1 week, 2 years, 5 years. That's going to eventually at some point come to a stop, whether it's because of your health, whether it's because of you're just like, I'm sick of eating this shit, whether it's just because, look, that looks really good and I'm going to have that instead. I'm a no guilt kind of person. I'm never going to feel guilty about eating. But I think when you get in that mindset of like, okay, sure, on someone's birthday, I can have a piece of cake. Am I going to get the biggest piece of cake? No. Am I going to get a piece of cake and take a couple bites? Sure, that's not going to do anything to you. But if you are going, it's all about habits. If you're going to fast food every single morning and you are ordering a breakfast sandwich on the way to work, or you're getting a multigrain bagel thinking that's healthy, sure, multigrain, sure. But if you're doing that every day, it's going to catch up with you. Like, you know, I don't keep a bunch of breads in the house. I do for sandwiches and stuff for Brad and Olivia. Toast, but I'm not eating sandwiches every day for lunch. My body, I cannot do that, okay? I'll have a salad. I will have meat and cheese. I will have something, you know, generally less carby. And I hate it when people are like, this is what I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's not my life. I would be so bored out of my mind if I ate the same thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But I think if you just stick with, if you want to try what I'm doing, and it's not anything drastic, it's not anything dangerous, just the unnecessary bread. Because, you know, we don't do dangerous things here, okay? I would never push some weird-ass diet or say, like, this is what you should do. But I'm saying, tiptoeing into this, you guys, it'll change your life. And I've been doing this for years. There's been times, sure, when I've gone to Chick-fil-A or whatever and I've got a Chick-fil-A sandwich and I eat the bun and I'm like, that was good. And then I look bloated for 2 days. And I'm sorry, it is what it is. I show bloat very easily. And that's kind of, I think, you know, and you might not even be able to tell you're bloated. You just may be like, okay, I'm holding some weight. It's probably bloat, okay? And sure, there might be some surface things there, but it's probably bloat, okay? And you'll look a hell of a lot better and feel a hell of a lot better. You've seen women that are like very curvy, or what some women may consider like, oh, she's overweight. Like, think about like the Skims ads, okay? I think that's badass. Like, I think that's so cool. And I used to hate it when like brands like, okay, like Dove for a while, like they would show women that just looked a certain way to prove that, oh, well, if you're skinny, that's not real either. I like brands that do everything, okay? Because for a while there was a lot of like skinny shaming too, and I'm not, you know, but I think, sure, like everyone has their own struggles, but I like seeing a bunch of different body types. But my point with the Skim stuff is like you see women that are what you would consider like heavier or curvier or have like more weight and weight around their thighs, but their stomachs are relatively flat. I'm not talking like ripped because I don't want that look, okay? But I'm saying like, I don't want like a hard stomach, but I'm saying like they still look, their stomachs look flat, you know? It's not like and that's bloat, you guys, and it's from all this bread. It's from all this processed bread. Is it great to eat some like multigrain breads every now and then? Sure, don't make it a habit. Like I'm saying, if I even did that, I know that I would see weight gain from that. Now, everyone's different. People are more sensitive to sugars, to different things, to this, not to cheese. I can eat all the cheese I want. I can eat some sugary things. I'm not down in a pint of ice cream every day. I keep ice cream in the fridge, and when I want some, I'll take a spoonful and eat it. I'm not scooping out a big bowl of it. And I'm not craving, I really don't crave sugary things. I love ice cream, and I'll get some every now and then, and I'll eat it. Of course, now we're gonna like, no get mowers. It's spring, guys. But I'm never going to deprive myself. And I'm never going to, oh, here's the point. Sorry, it's like really distracting. This is one of those days, I can't, you guys don't even know. Like, you guys, the video that I did before this, it was the whole thing. When I eat if I went through and I was eating sandwiches and I was eating all these breads and all these like buns and stuff, that spikes your blood sugar, that builds up in your system. It's a thing of, well, then now you're going to crave more sugars. You're going to crave more breads. So cutting those things out, having that same smoothie that I drink every morning, it doesn't curb my appetite. It does what food should do. It makes you feel full. It's good. Sure, if we ever go out for breakfast once in a blue moon, I'll get what I want. I'll get some eggs and bacon. And I'm not like getting a giant pancake breakfast. If I do, because I love some pancakes from Cracker Barrel, like real crispy ones, I will eat just a few bites. And it's not because I'm like, oh, I can only have a few bites. It's just like, who the hell in their right mind? And I get it, and I could, okay? I'm not saying you're wrong if you're doing this, but I'm saying that's a lot of food. Nobody needs to be eating that many pancakes. Let's just check ourselves, okay? Eat a ton of bacon, eat a ton of eggs, and maybe that's not good for your cholesterol. I don't know. That's a whole thing that you got to do within yourself. But what I'm saying is if you're trying to cut out bread, it can be done. And it's not about an all or nothing thing. I'm not in ketosis. I'm not saying, oh, I'm not doing any carbs. But just making that no unnecessary bread, you would think that's such a small thing. It's huge. So that's what I do for breakfast. At lunchtime, from home, like I'll do like a salad. I'll do some turkey and some cheese. We have lots of cheese. I have those Quest chips, which I really like, that I very rarely eat. I've always been like a chip, salty food snacker. I don't keep pretzels to snack on. I'm not eating that kind of stuff. But I do have to have those Quest chips. They're the best thing ever. They're very low carb, and if you ever are like dying for just like some chips and salsa, you can have those. So doing all of this, eating differently, lesser carb, not zero carb, but lesser carb. We eat pasta every now and then. I'm not making it every night, and when I do, I'm not like blowing it out, eating a huge bowl. I'll eat what I want. But it's not like something that we do often, and I'm not eating a ton of bread at home. Okay, that's just the vibe. I'm not buying cheese danishes from the grocery store and just like eating them all the time. You know what I'm saying? You just have to be, that's one thing that I have to be disciplined about, because oh my gosh, a cheese danish from the bakery at Publix, nothing better. That is one thing I have to really like resist. But changing my diet and eating this way put me over the hump. And I noticed, and I'm not going to say from a weight standpoint, because it did. I remember when I started this a while back, I dropped about 15 pounds. Now, if you guys are looking, it's not like, wow, she's 15 pounds lighter. I look curvier. I look better. I feel like I look better than I've ever looked. And to me, better is, I think healthier to me looks curvy. I like a butt. but I want my stomach to be flat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about flat, like ripped flat. I'm just saying I don't look bloated. I feel better. I feel like my face looks softer. I don't like that look of being too thin. I don't think that's not the goal, okay? This isn't about losing weight. This is about getting me to a specific point where I felt more comfortable. And I know a lot of you guys can relate. You might be at a point where you don't feel as healthy. You feel like you're not exactly where you want to be, whether that's weight, whether that's looks wise. For me, it was just looks. Like the way my stomach looked, the way it felt. I knew I was like just feeling bad. I got over that, and I think it was about like a 10 to 15 pound, fluctuate depending on the day type of deal. And it's still the same. I'm still the same size, but I haven't weighed myself in a long time. I just don't. But I look at myself and I feel like I can even see like that I not improve, but just in how my body looks. And maybe it's that I'm accepting of myself. I'm accepting of my body. I like the way my body's changed since I've had Olivia. I feel more comfortable, more confident in a swimsuit since then, because I do have a little more curves, but at the same time, my stomach looks healthier. I don't feel bloated. It's just, how many times am I going to say bloated drinking game or don't? This is a health video, okay? We're not playing drinking games, or do, whatever. Have fun. But so specifics. In the morning I told you about the smoothie. Like I said, have a salad at home, or, put some eggs on it, some turkey, whatever. I keep those like little, that has like the butter lettuce, or the ones that are like the 50-50 mix. I do not buy bagged lettuce because it gets slimy. I like the ones that are in like those plastic hard containers. They stay really well. There's the what is it? The Organic Girl. That's like a good brand. I buy that a lot. But I love a salad. And again, I like the soft lettuce. I love that. I think that's good, but I don't sit around and chomp down on like a bunch of like giant like hard veggies. I think sometimes that is not good as far as like bloating, as far as like just stomach problems in general. So you kind of have to know what veggies work for you, what foods. But I, in general, really love a salad. Okay, if we're gonna go out, and of course we have like all the cheese and all like the meats here. If we go out, I'm gonna say we go through Zaxby's, I'm gonna get a grilled or fried chicken Cobb salad with no toast. And it's not because I'm like, ugh, I just don't wanna, it's not that I'm like tempted by the toast, because honestly, I just don't think their toast, it's good. And I used to really like it, but now it just smells like chemically butter to me, and I just can't with the fake movie theater butter on the toast. I just don't want to waste it. So I just don't want the taste of it on the salad, so I just get them to leave it off. It doesn't have any croutons on it or anything. That's the best salad you can get through a drive-thru. It's so good. I get ranch dressing. It's delicious, okay? Best salad of all time. All of their salads are good. Okay, or I might just get some boneless wings. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not getting the fries and the this and that, because fries, I will say, if you get in a rut of getting fries, you go through ChickfilA, you get the waffle fries, well, then you start wanting those. But if you stop eating them for a while, they're really nothing special, and you just don't really miss them. I love the sauces at ChickfilA. I love the chicken. You'll be just as satisfied eating the chicken. It's great. Or anywhere, Okay, so that's what I do there. Let's see. McDonald's doesn't really excite me. I don't have a lot of great things on the menu. If I'm going to get something, though, and this is actually decent, if we're at McDonald's, I'm like, okay, I got to get something from McDonald's. I'll get a quarter pounder with cheese or with no cheese. It doesn't matter. Cheese or no, it's just whatever I'm in the mood for. It doesn't have anything to do with dieting, which I hate saying dieting, or how I eat. And I add bacon, and I get it with no bun, and they just put it in one of those pancake containers. And it's good. It's just a piece of meat, but it's good. It has the onions on it and stuff, and you don't feel like you're deprived without a bun. No, I don't. Once you stop eating those, it's not like you even want that anyways. What tastes good and what you find actually tastes good about the sandwich is what's in it. Okay, so that's what I do there, but that's not my go-to place, right? I love going somewhere that has nuggets. I don't like the nuggets from McDonald's, so that's not the vibe. Wendy's or Burger King, if we go there, I'll get nuggets, okay? Which is fine. Just grab some nuggets. Some nuggets and some barbecue sauce, nothing better. And I'm not saying, oh, I don't want anybody to say, oh, you know how bad those nuggets are. That's not what we're doing here. We're not doing a, let me tell you about the healthiest, like health. I'm just saying, like, this is a realistic way to eat. I'm not an organic person. I'm not like gluten-free. I'm not counting numbers and all this stuff. I'm gonna eat some chicken nuggets, and with zero shame, okay? Zero shame with all the chicken nuggets, okay? And it's working, so don't want to hear it. And my numbers are great, okay? I'm fine. Let's talk about what other restaurants. ChickfilA, I'll just get a meal with, you know, whether it's, I usually get the strips because I feel like you get a little more chicken there. 4-piece strip meal or nuggets with the large kale crunch salad. It's really good. I like it. Once you get kind of used to it, it's very good. And they put like, once you get used to it, that sounds terrible. But I actually like kind of start wanting that. Like I wouldn't even want fries, and when Olivia gets the fries or bread, it doesn't make me even want them, you know what I mean? I just don't really want the fries. I like that kale crunch salad. It's just like drinking water, right? If you hate drinking water, you'll be like, ooh, but once you start drinking it, that's all you'll want. You just have to get through that first week, or, you know, if you're gonna go off fries or go off bread or whatever, maybe once you go through that first week without it, it's fine after that. And you'll find that you're not craving it anymore. But yeah, it's Chick-fil-A. One of my favorite things on the menu is the spicy chicken sandwich, the fried one, which is probably the worst thing on the menu, okay? Like calorie-wise. The deluxe, or the one that has the club, the one that has all the stuff on it. And I'll just say bunless. Or if that really throws the little guy in the drive-thru for a loop, because the guy looked at me the other day like I had two heads when I said that. Some people just get it and then they just give you a bunch of extra lettuce with it and they charge you 25 cents. Whatever. He looked at me like, what? And I said, just extra lettuce. And he was like, okay. And I just don't want to waste the bun. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, just eat it like that. I like to just eat the filet. It's just so good. But I put it in the lettuce, eat it. It's so good. And then, you know, if we go to a burger restaurant, or if like at Chili's, or like we have this little burger place close by, or if we go to Ted's, I'll get this sandwich called a skinny dip, which is so good. And it just has like avocado on it, has some stuff, and then like it comes with some stuff on the side, but you know, it doesn't have like bread or anything on it like that, and I like that, and it doesn't feel like you've deprived yourself. Honestly, nothing's more boring to me and tasteless to me than like, I don't want a big piece of bread. Like, I like the meat, I like the stuff that tastes good, I like the tasty stuff, you know what I mean? I think that's nice. And then yeah, just no shame in ordering anything bunless. People will do it. We were at a cookout the other day, and many over the last couple years, whatever. Vacations, all kinds of places. It's so easy when you go to the beach or you're somewhere where they sell like a lot of seafood. It's like fish, some veggies. So, it's relatively easy to do this. I'll just be honest, and to order. But I'm just not ordering like big sandwiches or anything like that. If you're somewhere where like, okay, they just serve sandwiches or whatever, just eat the stuff in the middle. Whatever, do it like open face and just eat it. We go to a barbecue restaurant that we love, and I just get like the platter that has like just the meat, you know, which that's what's on the menu anyways. And I get like some fried okra and some pickles, you know, and that's like the thing there. And where else? What am I missing? Oh, Taco Bell. Please, Taco Bell. Taco Bell. See, this is the real shit. I'm not on here saying I eat every morning, I eat this, then every day, the same exact thing. Boring. I am not going to do that. Boring, boring, boring as the day is long. No way to live, okay? We can kill it, okay? We can do all the things. We can get your goals and do everything, but still eat the way you want, okay? Taco Bell. Gosh, I really want to go to Taco Bell now. So they have these things, they're called, what are they, like bowls, like menu, but what do they call them? Power bowls. They have steak and chicken. The steak is fine, but I always get the chicken. So I get a chicken power bowl with no rice. Now, it has beans in it too. I like the black beans, but you have to ask for extra lettuce. So chicken power bowl, no rice, extra lettuce. And what it is it's chicken, bunch of lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, big thing of guacamole, sour cream, a really good like ranch sauce that they put on it. And if you're into the rice, it's just a tiny bit. Who cares? And again, that's not going to put you over the edge. I'm not saying like, oh, don't ever eat carbs. Get the rice if you want. But it just does nothing for me for that. So I just get it left out. And that's good. And it's satisfying. Put a whole bunch of mild sauce on there. So good. And then what else? I get really excited talking about food, fast food. Oh, Mexican, like when we go to the Mexican restaurant, nothing better, favorite place on earth. Now, you guys, and I'll talk about sushi too. That's another thing that popped into my mind. Mexican sushi. Mexican restaurant. They bring the chips, they bring the salsa and whatever. I'll get cheese dip, I'll eat the chips before, but I'm not like pounding through a whole thing of chips, but that's the only time that I eat chips like that. It never like shows, it's never anything that makes me feel bad. You go there once a week, once every few weeks, whatever. Eat the chips. Eat the chips. You don't have to eat all the chips, but eat the chips. But then, here's the thing. Don't feel guilty about those chips. But then when you order your meal, maybe don't order like the biggest burrito or like a bunch of taquitos or like a bunch of tacos. Like I don't want a bunch of tortillas because tortillas can really catch up. I'm going to get, what I always get is I get where I go, they have like the regular like taco salads or whatever, but they have this really good salad it's called like a fiesta salad, but it's it's like a bed of lettuce, and then it's peppers, like bell peppers, red and green, avocado, and then it's fajita chicken. It's not like the shredded like chicken that they put in the burritos. It's like the fajita yummy chicken and some cheese on top and just the seasoning. And you know how fajita chicken has like a little bit of like, not sauce, but it just has a little bit of that like taste, like the wetness to it anyways. I don't even need dressing, and so that's what I eat, and I crave that salad. We go there pretty much every week, and it's so good. So that sushi. Now I like sushi that's like with the big meat and now it's a lot of rice, but it doesn't, I don't know, sometimes like I'll half the rice under it because I have a hard time just eating like the sushi, like the meat by itself, like the salmon or the tuna. I gotta have it on some rice, but that's fine. I mean, I don't worry about that. But here's what, just get rid of those unnecessary buns. Stop. And I know that sounds so like, well, how many sandwiches you're eating, lady? But think about it. Think of the bagels you're eating. Think of what you're eating for breakfast. Are you eating toast? Are you eating bagels? Are you going through and getting breakfast sandwiches? What are you doing every morning? Just try to challenge yourself to cut that type of bread. Cut the sandwich bread, whether it's, and a bagel counts as sandwich bread. Cut that. If you go to ChickfilA for breakfast, I love a chicken, egg, and cheese bagel, but I might just eat half of it. Or I might just eat the middle out of it. I know that sounds crazy. Or just get the meat. You can just order it itself, like without the thing. Just the patty. I hate that word, patty. But I think it shows. I think when you're on a diet or when you do something, look at how you look. How you look is important. And I'm not saying bigger or smaller. I'm saying, do you look healthy? Do you look full and healthy, but then not blow? I want that healthy glow. I don't want to look dead behind my eyes. And I'm not trying to, I know that's a struggle, and, people really struggle with weight both ways. But I think if I can say something, let's not get hung up on numbers. I know that's a way to track it. As I mentioned, I referenced that several times through this video. I would hit a plateau or I hit a numbers thing. And that was really just like tracking it. It wasn't like, oh, in my mind I have to be this weight. But sometimes that is how you can track it. But I think what's better about this is how you feel. Cut this out and try to, see how you feel. See how it might change, just, how your pants fit or whatever. And, I do feel better than ever. I feel like when I see myself in photos or when people see, oh, you've lost weight, or, oh, you look, what are you doing? And I've really, for me, I feel curvier than I have been. I'm still like a size 4. I'm like a 28. Sometimes I wear a 6, but I look smaller. I feel like my waist is smaller. I just feel like my body is happier. I don't have stomach aches. I used to have the worst stomach aches and all of the bloating and all of the things. And I can't think of the last time that I had any of that. Now, I know people say sodas, carbonated things, is that going to bloat you? I'm sure if I cut out all that, it might be even better, but I'm not doing that, okay? I gotta live. But I just really want you guys to kind of be maybe inspired, not to lose weight, but to be your best self the best way you feel. and to maybe assess like what you're doing if you're just in a rut, you know, and we go through the motions as we do every day, eating the same things, going the same places, thinking, well, how could I ever change that? You can, and it is easy to order differently from these places, and it will change how you feel. And I don't know, that's just an update. I thought it's been a while. I have gotten a few like messages and things, people saying, are you still doing this? Like, what do you order from this restaurant? Or, oh, I did this and I noticed a big difference. I've gotten so many people from the last time I did a video on this saying that they cut out the unnecessary bread and they can tell a difference. And don't be afraid of bread, okay? If you love bread somewhere, don't be afraid of it, eat it. But make some healthier choices when you order, and you know, just kind of think about things in a little bit of a different way, and think about eating like more real food. And the chicken, you know, all the chicken nuggets, real food, okay. But you know what I mean. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Do not miss my video next if you are into the Sephora sale. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.